One of the repeating comments that we get is after a Vikings loss, everyone likes to come here to the channel, kumbaya, woosah, just the dose of therapy, just to feel a little bit better after a loss. But we got nothing on this one. We got nothing. Where the Vikings had everything on the line, controlling your own destiny. You're at home. All of the travel shenanigans worked in your favor. The Rams, without their best offensive lineman, Andrew Whitworth, they lost their center as well, and then just flat. Just completely, utterly flat. The Vikings did not want to win that game. They were never going to threaten to win the game, and the Rams tried to lose, man. But they tried to give it away. Matthew Stafford especially was just like, this is what I used to do in Detroit. Old time's sake, let's go. But no, the Vikings could not capitalize on the Rams' myriad of mistakes. And you would think that if you get 3 interceptions, you should win. Like, if you win the turnover battle that badly, you should be able to pull off a W, but you didn't. And the Vikings, in the first half especially, it looked like it was a preseason game. It was just like going through the motions. Oh, whatever happens. Oh, we'll leave points on the field. Oh, red zone pick off of a tip. Okay. It did not seem like they were all in. Like this was a game with your season on the line. Essentially a playoff game. Just no urgency, lethargic, and just not good enough this year. Just wasn't good enough, right? All the close games given away. Cincinnati, Arizona, Detroit, Baltimore. This one just hurts. Just stings, man. It just sucks. But it's time to blow it up. It is time to blow it up. Spielman, I don't know. I like Spielman. I could be on board if ownership wanted to move on as well, but new leadership is needed. Fire Zimmer. Punt on Kubiak. I think that Clint Kubiak could be a good offense coordinator in 5 or 6 years, but he's not right now, and he's not what the Vikings need next season. Trade Cousins if you can get a good price for him. Time to bring in an offensive-minded head coach who is not going to leave. You're not going to cycle through offensive coordinators over and over and over again and pair him, join him at the hip, like conjoined twins with Kellen Mond or rookie quarterback TBD for the next 2 decades, and we'll go from there. How about that? Playoff hopes? Not so much. So the Eagles beat the Giants. They're currently moved into the 7th spot. The Falcons are 7-8. They beat Detroit. The Saints need to lose, but the Vikings need a ton of help at this stage. Playoff hopes are very, very dim, but 2 games remaining. Remember the new NFL rule: if you fire your coach with 2 weeks remaining in the regular season, you can interview head coaches. So maybe they'll go that route. Probably not. But we got some winners. We got some losers from the game that was. Man of the match, Anthony Barr. Yeah, so 2 picks, 7 tackles, interception in the second half to stop the bleeding, and then that second interception on the second drive of the second half to give the Vikings some momentum, and they did nothing with it. Like, I don't think that he should be back in 2022, especially since Zimmer is very likely not going to be here, but it was a nice game for the captain. Winner number 2 of the Zimmer Hellfire defense. Now, parts of the Zimmer Hellfire defense, because respect, they did keep the Vikings in the game. The offense just did not do anything with the opportunities early on. They bent, they did not break. They got turnovers, held Stafford to 197 passing yards, 5.3 yards per attempt. And also, go to the other side though. How TF do you give up 159 yards on the ground? With Pierce, with Dalvin Tomlinson, with Kendricks, with Barr. Also, how do you not sack Stafford once with their 2 best offensive linemen out? I don't get it. You led the NFL in sacks, and you get 0. Goose egg, D'Angelo Russell on Matthew Stafford. Without Whitworth, without Allen, at home. What the hell, man? Winner number 3, Justin friggin' Jefferson. Jefferson, shadowed by Ramsey throughout most of the game, started breaking out later in the game. 8 catches for $116 on 12 targets. Set the record for most receiving yards for a wide receiver in his first 2 seasons, breaking OBJ's record, so cool. Winner number 4, Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson. He had that tip on the Anthony Barr second interception, and Diesel Dalvin did get a ton of heat on Stafford, just did not get home, but 3 tackles. He also deflected a field goal last week, so 94 starting to pan out on that contract that he got in free agency this offseason. Winner number 5, Adam Thielen. So 3 catches for 40 yards on 3 targets. Dinged up that ankle. Had that high ankle sprain coming into the game, and he re-dinged it up, but he fought to get back onto the field. Plus, you saw the emotion. Right? There was a lot of players who were sort of whatever, just sort of stealing that game check, but Adam Thielen's not one of them. You saw the emotion. You saw him dropping all the frick bombs when it seemed like he wasn't going to be able to return to the game. And he got back out there, gave it the best that he could. So that's the attitude that you want. If you had a roster full of Thielens, you'd win every single Super Bowl. You would never lose a game. Honorable mention winners: Harrison Smith, 9 tackles, and had a couple pressures as well. Also, I don't know what the refs were calling unnecessary roughness on him on the punt return touchdown. He wasn't even on the field, but no. Xavier Woods, interception off of Stafford, starts the second half. Darisaw held his own pretty well. Had a nice cut block on Aaron Donald, plus did a decent job against Leonard Floyd throughout most of the game. Patrick Peterson had some solid coverage on the outside as well. Losers, Matthew Stafford. And Matthew Stafford turned in a Stafford-type game. He just had a better supporting cast around him this time around and a better defense. So, I mean, this ain't Detroit, man. This is Los Angeles. Also loser, Mac Alexander. My God. We knew... So Mac Alexander has had a very horrible season. I think he's PFF's lowest graded cornerback. And we knew that him against Kupp, it was not going to work out well. That's why we're advocating Cameron Bynum in the slot against number 10. But Mac got destroyed. He fell down on that big third down where Coop went for 37. So that's whatever. Viking special teams, that third quarter punt return touchdown where I'm pretty sure Dan Chisena was murdered. And then they cut up his body and then they ate him like on the show Yellow Jackets. But, oh, no flag. Yeah, no flag. Yeah, the refs must have had themselves a merry little Christmas because they were very slow on Boxing Day. I think there was only 4 flags the entire game. It's kind of ridiculous. Also, the refs, that unnecessary roughness on Harrison, like we alluded to. What? Also, the horrible ass stoppage, garbage on that Cooper Kupp on the sideline where Cameron Dantzler stripped him. There was no stoppage of forward progress. Like, what the hell? I don't know. But also losers, Cousins did not have it today. Even though the interception wasn't on him, that was on KJ. 27 for 38 for 315. He had some big-time miscommunications with JJ. Maybe those ribs were bothering him more than he let on, but yeah, it's 2 straight stinkers in a row for Cousins. Also, the Vikings offensive play calling. Kubiak was ass today. Thank you. I mean, especially in the red zone where it was rough, man. They had 3 points on drives that didn't start in the red zone. It's just pathetic. Also, offensive line, Ezra and Udo against Aaron Donald. We knew that was going to be rough. Garrett Bradbury got that tripping penalty and was sort of whatever all day. If he made that block on the Kenny and Nwangu screen, he scores from 70 yards out. Brian O'Neill had that false start on 3rd and 4. So overall, I mean, besides Darisaw, it wasn't a very good day on the offensive line. Also, KJ Osborne did get some redemption late, but he dropped that touchdown early on, bounced up for an interception, and that really set the tone for the day. It was just like, oh, it's going to be one of those days. But, yeah, feels like changes in the air. Change is going to come. Vikings still are going to go up to Lambeau and drill the Packers on January 2nd, Sunday Night Football, unless it gets flexed out, which is a possible. Oh, they usually have to give a week advance. Who knows? Either way, Vikings playing the Packers. They're going to whip somebody's ass. They need a lot of help. They need a lot of help to make the playoffs, but sort of is what it is at this point. You can't blame anyone else except for yourselves. All these close games that you gave away. I mean, the Vikings, instead of being 7-8, it should be 10-5. I think that's being conservative, not being generous at all, but sort of be what it be. But anyways, what are your thoughts on our thoughts? Who are your winners and losers from Vikings versus Rams? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.